for a while I kept saying, if you've been following my TikTok for a while, I kept saying that I wanted to share a conversation that I had with my daughter, but I wasn't ready to talk about it because every time I talk about it or thought about it, it made me cry. So today I'm gonna talk about it. So a few months back I had a conversation with my daughter, and I had felt really bad about the conversation when the conversation was over. But I only felt bad about it because I feel like it wasn't what I said, it was just the fact that I had to say it. So I noticed that my daughter, she had started making herself really small at home. Anything I did, like, it was just the end of the world. Like, she would have an attitude for weeks at a time. So one day I just decided that I had enough and I'm gonna have a conversation with her about it, because I know children, they go through things, you know, just with their peers, you know, coming to their own hormones, you know, just trying to figure out who they are. So I was giving her enough space to try to figure out, like, how she wanted our relationship to be. But I noticed with her, it started getting like too attitudish for me to want to deal with. I know this don't sound good as a parent, but only thing you gonna ever get from me is honesty. So one day I pulled her to the side and I told her, I said, you hold me to this really high standard, but whatever pedestal you got me on, please just take me off, because I am a human just like you are. I told her, if I treated you like you're treating me, you would honestly hate me and you would have a reason to. But if I'm not treating you any kind of way, you're not gonna treat me any kind of way. It got to the point where it's like, because my children are allowed to say, you know, voice like, Mom, you don't have to talk to me like that, or you said that too loud, or I don't like your tone. You know, they're allowed to say things like that to me. So sometimes it's not what I'm saying, it's just my tone is off. Like now, it might sound like I'm angry or I'm being aggressive, but this is my tone. Or a lot of times it's just like, it's like this. It's just really monotone. It's no really expression. It's just, but so she's allowed to give me feedback. So I'm like, we can have conversations, but you taking where I might say, why you didn't take the trash out today? You know you're supposed to take the trash out after you wash dishes and clean the kitchen, even though I told her like 20 times, and she might have an attitude about that for 2 weeks. Well, you don't want to talk, you going to your room, you shutting down, you acting like it's really something that's going on in this household that's just that bad. I told her, I said, you keep treating me like you don't give a damn, and I'm going to start treating you like I don't give a damn. And because sometimes people don't get it until you show them. After this conversation, she said to me, I never really looked at you as just a person. I just seen you as my mama. So we talked about it, but it really broke my heart that I even had to have this conversation with my daughter, because it was just hurtful for me to have to say it out loud, because people didn't have to have a conversation with me for me to get certain things, for me to grasp certain things. But I know she ain't being raised like I was raised. She ain't going through a lot of stuff that I went through, so she's not gonna pick up on a lot of things that I had to pick up on. So I said that, and I'm sharing this because whatever child needs to hear this, whatever parent needs to hear this, take what you need from it. Children, give the parent that stayed a lot more grace, and honestly look at your parents as a person. Parents, had a hard conversation with your children, because I felt like if I did not tell you, you would not know. I had to tell her, like, girl, you got to snap up out of it, because I don't deserve how you're treating me. Even though I am your mama, I still have feelings.